feeling the heat. You look into her eyes and you're falling deep. You're holding her close, she's holding you closer. Though you see.
This used to be bins.
Right.
There were bins in Scotland.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, not anymore.
Oh, right, but they had one. This used to be bins, and we used to sit upstairs in the car and talk like and just hang about. This was a cinema. I can't remember what it was. Oh, I tell you, I saw the Rolling Stones here.
Away,
I saw the Rolling Stones in 1964, 64, 65.
Wow.
My dad dropped us off, and I went in there on my own,
right.
and I screamed like a little girl. This was the audience. So the Rolling Stones there, and to say that you can't remember things properly. When I was watching the documentary the other night on YouTube about Sunderland, and here's the audience where the Rolling Stones are playing. Yeah, I remember the Rolling Stones. 64.
Yeah.
In the mid-70s, when I sat around with some of the intelligentsia people, when I used to pretend I'd read Proust and Genier and Oscar Wilde and all that shit, we used to sit in there and talk intellectual crap. It used to be called, why it's called Louis, yeah. We were sitting there talking shit, and I say, yeah, that James Joyce is fucking great, right? I love them Welsh stories you tell. The sum total of that place is not necessarily the bricks and the mortar, it's the people who live there.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know where anybody is now, they either died or they've moved. So it's a waste of time me being here because I didn't know anybody. That used to be a cinema.
Right.
I can't hear much more on ABC or something.
Right, what'd you go and see?
Oh, I can't remember. James Bond used to go and see.
Oh, yeah.
James Bond movies, Carry On movies. I think I saw Catch-22 in there when it was on.
Right.
We flew the Cuckoo's Nest when it came out.
Oh, brilliant.
That space there, where it's got Patterson's, it used to be a boutique called West One.
Oh, right.
And it was me mate, I'm just trying to think, Bill somebody, he was a singer around the clubs, a really good looking guy, super good and confident. He used to go on the baseball at the time with all the chicks, and he opened a boutique in there. I used to buy, he used to bring stuff up from London that I used to wear lovely corduroy suits with big ears and all that. Them massive big caps they wear now, kind of funk caps. We used to buy them in their big funk caps. It's called West One. Billy Elliot. I don't know, they call him Billy Elliot, no joking.
Right.
Before, obviously, the film, he was called Billy Elliot. And he was cool as fuck, good looking guy, sang around the clubs. West One. That's it, right? Up front, must have been here.
Oh, alright.
Right. But there was a pub here called Up Front. It probably changed loads of different names.
Yeah.
But Dave Stewart's from Sunderland, right? I know Dave, he's not a best mate, but I know Dave used to smoke drugs and all that business. And the Eurythmics had been, they'd been the tourists with him and Annie Lennox. So they had hits and they were quite famous. And they changed to the Eurythmics. And I saw the very first Eurythmics concert upstairs there. Very first. And Annie Lennox from the Eclectic. Dave introduced me to Annie. That was the best. But that's quite exciting. There's a bit of history there, you know. First Eurythmics concert ever. The bald guy who plays with Elton John percussion.
Lee Cooper?
He was up there, yeah.
Oh, bro.
Percussion, yeah. So that's exciting, isn't it? This was the glory days, right? When you got your dole money, nobody hassled you. Glory days. We were living the dream, days, right? You don't need a hassle. You signed on, nobody bothered you.
True.
It's the museum. Great place. It's one of the very few old buildings left. A lot have been knocked down.
Was it bombed? Or so was Sunderland bombed
I
or?
was bombed, right? Because Sunderland shipyards, right? So Mr. Hitler wasn't very fucking happy with ships being built here. Bombed. All, I'm just trying to think, where was the bomb sites? The back of here, there was all bomb sites when I was a kid, we used to kind of play them. Bandstands are like the real McCoy. They're like early 1900s or something. These bandstands have been there for donkeys now. Yeah, I remember sitting down here. You know, I was telling you about Bolden Colliery when we were on the train.
Right.
Well, some of the guys from Bolden used to come to here, and there was a guy called Jimmy Mark, and he used to play the guitar down there, and he was fucking acoustic, fantastic, right? And I went, wow, isn't this guy so great? Now, I'm as good as that now. It took us 40 fucking years, right? But it's better than that than never, right? And he was really fantastic, and I can play just the same as he played then. He's probably dead now. He was a bit of a junkie then, so he probably fucking. This is all original fixtures and fittings from the 1900s. This has been a Latin guy himself, right? This is Sunderland's Nil desperandum, aspais Deo. Never despair, trust in God. Cracking it.
Right, sir.
On the bridge as well. Nil desperandum, aspais Deo.
Boxing Day, the day the place is buzzing. And folks come to see her by the dozen. Dressed in style, go out wild.
This is called Christ Church. This church. Now, a mosque. I'm sure it's a mosque, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's something like that. Let's have a look. It's not a church anymore. It's a Sikh temple now. I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying how times change and society changes. That was a big, posh Church of England church, Christ Church. Now a Sikh's temple. What in the world's going upside down? No racism there, by the way, when I said that. The last time I was along here, I was Jenny and Paul, my brother-in-law and my sister, who was in the motor, and we'll call it the cottage where we used to live, the grammar school cottage, just for fun to look at it, right? And I'm looking at it, right? The people who own it now, who've done it up, they went, oh, did you used to live here? And I went, yeah, and they brought us in, showed us around the house. And it's radically changed. And they were looking where my bedroom was and all that.
Wow, that's brilliant.
But it's all that.
Is it?
How many years did I live at St Aidan's Grammar School, Briary Cottage, like where my mum and dad lived. So I moved down when I was 11, from County Durham. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. I was left into some crazy hippie flat by the time I was 17. I only lived there 7 years. But it seems like a lifetime, you know what I mean? Yes. Ashbrook Sports Club. Super posh cricket and squash club opposite my house. Super posh. There was no chance of ever me going in there or being part of that. You know? My old cricket club. The sound of leather on willow. Those halcyon days as a boy. This is the club I could never go in actually. It was a bit posh. I mean, look at those fucking houses across there. They're £1 million houses. Yeah. These posh houses. Tell you something funny about this building here. The school my dad was a caretaker of, it was run by Christian brothers, right? And you think Father Ted and the priests, and they're called cut price priests in Ireland. If they kind of make it through the seminary as a priest, because it takes fucking a lot of academic study to become a priest, you become a Christian brother, right? They're called cut price priests, that's what they're called. And the fuckers used to live in there, right? And they lived high on the hog. And whiskey, they had fucking company cars, and all that shite. And there was like, you know, there was an old guy like, ya fuck, because there were a lot of Irish ones, right? You know, ya fuck, you know, like the guy in Father Ted.
Yeah.
He used to booze all the time and go, ya fucking fuck. So there's a lot of mad old Irish country. But they're all living high in the hog. They can't do churches. So this is the house. That was my old bedroom there, up under there. This modern bit at the back used to be our old kitchen with all jazzed on up. Anyway, let's tell you quickly, well I remember, this used to be the gym when I was a boy in this in this house when I was a kid. And we're talking, I was 11 when I moved here. So we're looking at 14 years old, the Beatles had just come out, right? And that was it was a gym, right? So I used to go along there with my mates who had Spanish guitars. We'd go, and pretend we were the Beatles. And I would mime and fuck about, right? And they said, who's going to be the drummer? I said, I'll be the fucking drummer, I'll be the drummer. We've got no drums. And in them days, drums were fucking expensive. We're talking very expensive, just shite drums. And there was a magazine called The Valley, and in the back of that adverts for like X-ray glasses and shit like that, and guitars and stuff. And there was a drum kit, and it's, when I look at it now, they're called Gigster, the worst piece of shit in the world. And they were £50 for this crap kit, right? Now, my dad was on £8 a week as a caretaker there, right? And these drums were £50, and I went to my dad and went, Dad, I'm going to be the drummer in the band and the Beatles and all that. Can you buy us these drums? He went, 50 fucking pound, are you out of your mind? And I hated them, I despised them from that day. And now, I buy drum kits wherever I see them. I'm like a fucking fanatic. If I see a drum kit, I just buy it. Because I've never had therapy. I think I need therapy, right? I've got this thing about drum kits and I just fucking buy them. I've got 2 at home. I've had about 4 all at once, drum kits. Sometimes I play them, sometimes I don't, just to have them. But it was in that gym when all my music kind of came on the board. And it took us 40 years in a whole circle to be a decent musician, write songs. And I'm writing songs about them days and stuff. That's weird. Just around that corner was my mate Mick Alpin's house, Mick and Val. And they were really good mates with Dave Stewart. Good buddy. I mean, I was an associate, you know what I mean? But they were really good mates. We used to stay with them in Crouch End, go to his recording studio and all that stuff. And he probably went to the house. In fact, during Sweet Dreams Are Made of These and all that, he went down Mick's a few times. And Mick had a cafe in town. And I remember Dave Stewart says to me, I was sitting eating a chili, and this is not a joke, right? I was sitting eating a chili, and Dave come in, and I was saying, all right, Dave, how are you doing? And he says to me, never compromise your integrity with your art. That's what he said, right? Which is interesting, right? Because he's never had a job, ever in his life. He's never worked, ever in a factory or anywhere. Which is interesting, right? His wife bought him all his guitars. His wife is a school teacher, right? So it's quite easy for someone to say, never compromise your integrity when people are buying your Gibsons and Les Pauls and all that stuff, and Fender guitars, to enhance your musical career. Zany Terrace, all the hippies live down there. Just cheap as chips, like £4 a week. Rent, you know what I mean? We're talking fucking 1969, then 70. DOS houses, we're talking fucking real. Some of them had fucking toilets on the landing. You didn't have a toilet in the flat. You had to share the toilet on the landing with no light bulb in darkness. Zany Terrace. But we were happy. Smoking drugs and taking LSD and having a drink.
Yeah.
Oh, it was an interesting place, like a kind of art space up here. It was called a bunker, that's what it was called. And Red Wedge played there. We're talking, when that would have been the 80s.
The 86, 87.
And there was some famous band, the Redskins. Do you remember them?
I don't remember them now.
Oh, they were a radical left-wing band. They had shaved heads and Martins and all that. They were like super left-wing. Super left-wing. And I remember, I think I might have mixed them on a mixing desk. I'm sure I did the Redskins sound for them. And it was the bunker that was down here.
Was that the bunker?
That was called the bunker, yeah. And it must have been some kind of art space, you know, like people quite switched on, get in touch with the council and get it cheap. Like they got one in Edinburgh called the Forest Cafe, the lesbian and gay place with that one strong coffee. I wish I'd been a bit more switched on. I could have created an art space, but I was so out my here, I just didn't get around it. Here was the best music shop in town. It's called Bill White's. Bill White created the amplifier. There's amps called Orange now. It's all band use. Yeah. And the kind of retro people using them. Well, Bill White used to make amps and cabinets, and Whites were quite famous. People used a lot of White. We went bankrupt. In fact, think he might have become religious. I'm not sure. There was some kind of connection. But Bill White used to be here. All the bands used to get all the gear here. Great guitars, amps, and all that shit. Fantastic. Let's go down here to Louis Caff.
Taking the freeway. I need room for the breeze. Gonna cut me loose.
Son?
What time, man?
I can't remember the news before my time.
Oh,
This is the original Sunderland Town Square. Obviously, beyond recognition now. And they probably had like a Queen Victoria statue in the middle and coaches and horses coming around here and all that business. It's gone completely.
Yeah.
Not one single walled building of any description now. Jackie White? Yeah. None of this was here. And that was an indoor market. It was all ramshackle like a bit like the Glasgow ones. It's the old ones in Glasgow still, isn't it?
Aye, something like that.
It's a kind of more modernised town. But there was also like loads of stalls around here on the it was like waste ground or bond ground. So installation for your degree course. It couldn't wait, couldn't it? Your degree course installation.
The next train at platform 2 is the 1510.
That's good.
Snoring man.
Yeah.
When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Oh, we may be parted, there is still a chance you might see. Shine until tomorrow, let it be.
Thank you, Lucy. That was satisfying. Enjoyed that. When the sun hits my face, I open my eyes. I got joy in my heart to greet me. When I throw back the shades to welcome the world, I got blue skies above to meet